Hey guys, so this is the Boat Stone 1800 and this is the latest launch from Boat. It's the latest Bluetooth speaker and finally we have a successor to the very famous Boat Stone 1500. So in this episode, I'm going to give you the specs, the features, the build quality, but the main thing is my verdict of its sound quality. So I'm going to talk about what makes the sound great, what are some of the drawbacks, and at the end of the episode, you're going to get my signature sound test. So make sure you stick around and listen to that. It's going to give you a great idea of its sound quality. And of course, the link of this speaker will be in the description below. So I would really appreciate that if you want to support my channel and help me grow and want me to make more such high quality and helpful videos, please use that link to make your purchase so that you can help me run this channel and I can produce more such high quality videos for you guys. Alright, so with that said, let's start with the unboxing. So the Boat Stone 1800 comes in a rather large box, and inside the box you get the user manual, a 3.5mm to 3.5mm aux cable, a USB A to USB-C charging cable, and of course, the Boat Stone 1800 itself. Okay, now as far as the specs go, I'm not going to waste your time by going over all of them. Rather, the chart you're seeing on screen right now, this basically summarizes what those specs are. So have a good look and pause the video if you need to. Now let's quickly talk about the build quality. So it's nothing new. It's a mixture of its normal polycarbonate body and fabric. Now the only thing a bit new about this design, at least for Boat, is that under the carrying handle, you have RGB LED lights. So you can cycle through 3 modes, or you can keep them off if you want to extend battery life. And of course, on either side, on the woofers, you have a circle of LED rings, which is typical for Bluetooth speakers nowadays. At the back, you have a flap that houses your aux port, the USB-C port, and the USB port. Now in the front, above the Boat logo, you have the usual multifunction control buttons. Now one thing that's kind of new with the Boat Stone 1800 is that previously with Boat speakers, you had just true wireless stereo or TWS, where you could just pair 2 speakers of the same category and get stereo sound. Well, with the Boat Stone 1800, what's new is that with the broadcast function, you can pair not just 2, but up to 100, if not more, Boat Stone 1800s. So they almost say it's infinite. So you can imagine the type of sound that you get. Now, I don't think anyone is going to do that, but it's good that it's available. And it's similar to JBL's, I think, Party Boost or Party Chain. So it's good that now it's an addition to the Boat family as well. Also, the inbuilt microphone does a decent job because even at a distance of 1 to 1.5 feet, my voice was clearly audible to the other person. So in the department of the microphone, it did a good job. Okay, so now with the specs, the build, and some unique features out of the way, let's get into the main criteria, which is the audio quality. How did it perform in my testing? How good does it sound? So if you're an existing viewer, you already know that I judge speakers based on how they produce the 3 main frequencies that broadly make up any sound that you hear. The highs, the mids, and the lows. The highs, or the treble, where the really sharp sounding instruments are, the mids, where the vocals are, and the lows, or the bass. Now before I give you my verdict, let me just say that the Boat Stone 1800 comes with 2 EQ modes. One, which is the normal or default EQ mode right out of the box, and then there is a second EQ mode. Now I tried the second EQ mode and it was very bad. It just boosted certain frequencies. I'll talk about that later. So because that was bad, I didn't judge it on that. I judged it on the normal or default EQ mode. So going forward, my review or my verdict of the sound quality is going to be on the default EQ mode. Okay, starting off with the highs or the trebles. Now the trebles had ample sharpness and clarity, and for any average listener, it's going to do the job just fine. But for an advanced listener, or for myself, I found that it lacked a bit of richness. The sound wasn't as clean. There was a bit of noise. I'm not saying there was distortion because even at max volume, there was no crackling, but it wasn't as clean as I would have wanted it to be. So that is me being really harsh and nitpicking, but for any average listener, the highs, at least for a Bluetooth speaker, do a perfect job. There is no problem at all. And it even has more or less good separation from the mids or the vocals. Okay, now talking about the mid frequencies or the vocals, now the first thing I noticed when listening to a song or music is that this speaker favors the vocals or the mid frequencies. So they sound very upfront and brightened. Now if you enjoy that type of sound, you're going to like it. For me at least, being a bit of an advanced listener, I found that the vocals sounded a bit artificial and hollow. It lacked richness and the natural warmth and tonality and depth that vocals should have. So that was missing. But again, this is me being really harsh and talking from the perspective of an advanced listener. For the general public who just listen to songs and for a Bluetooth speaker of its range, the vocals are just going to do fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There wasn't any distortion, but I would say that sometimes the low end would creep up and eat into the vocals on rare occasions, but that did happen. So that is something you'd keep in mind. But again, the general listener will have no problems and vocals sound very, very prominent. Okay, finally we get into the low end or the bass response. Now the bass response here is very punchy. It's thick, it's got that thump factor, and the table you keep it on is going to resonate with that bass. Having said that, it's not the cleanest rendition of the bass. So at max volume, it does tend to get a bit muddy, and that nice round bass that we all crave for, that is missing at max volume. So if you reduce the volume, keep it around 80% or so, I would say that is the sweet spot where that muddiness is reduced a lot, but you still get the punch and the thump. But I have to say that for a Boat Bluetooth speaker, mind you, the Boat Stone 1800 has the deepest, most punchy bass ever on any Boat Bluetooth speaker. Way above the Boat Stone 1500. It's really impressive in that sense. As far as Boat Bluetooth speakers are concerned, the bass of the Boat Stone 1800 is amazing. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind that the Boat Stone 1800 does not give you a 360-degree sound because the speaker driver units are located in the front on either side of the Boat logo, and at the back, there is no driver. So someone sitting at the back is not going to get the full range of the sound, whereas someone sitting in the front is obviously going to get the full spectrum of the sound. So that's something you should definitely keep in mind. Overall, the Boat Stone 1800 sound, as far as Boat Bluetooth speakers are concerned, it's the best. It's the loudest, and no doubt because it's a 90-watt speaker, it's the loudest speaker from Boat at least. And the bass response is also the best in their Bluetooth speaker lineup. So if those two were your criteria to get this speaker, then it's really tick those boxes and you can definitely invest in it. The only thing I have a gripe with is its battery capacity. So this has a 5400 mAh battery, and they claim that it gives you 5 hours of playback at 60% volume with the LED lights on. But if you play it at 100% volume without the LED lights, I think you're going to get a maximum of 3 hours, which is a bit disappointing. Now, one very minor tension that I have is about the Boat logo in front, because this logo is actually a rubber sticker, and I'm worried about how long it's going to last because the T of the Boat has already started to peel. So I don't think it's going to last very long. So I don't know, but it's very minor, but it's a worry nonetheless. So guys, that was my review of the Boat Stone 1800. Now you're going to get my signature sound test where 2 tracks are going to play at max volume from the speaker, and it's going to play on the default EQ mode, not the second EQ mode, because that is pathetic. It makes the sound cheap and I'm not going to consider that at all, and I would suggest even you don't. So listen to the sound test. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and if you have any other questions also, do let me know. I'll try my best to answer them. So that's about it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this video with someone who needs to see this. And like I said, the link of the speaker is in the description below. The link of the speaker is in the description below. Make sure you check it out and use that link to make your purchase so that you can help me run this channel and I can produce more such high quality and helpful content just for you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.